because we are obviously pivoting a little bit from the war, but in the backdrop of it, what happened when Trump met the Japanese Prime Minister? Well, Trump was being classic Trump. He invoked, believe it or not, Pearl Harbor in front of the Japanese Prime Minister, and this is while he was defending his attacks on the Iran's on Iran, when he was talking about the secret, quote-unquote, secret attack on Iran. He was justifying these so-called military ops, and then he went on and invoked the Pearl Harbor incident. To everyone's surprise, this was done in front of the Japanese Prime Minister, who looked slightly uncomfortable when Trump did that.
Of course, no, Japan and US are very good friends, but one question, why didn't you tell US allies in Europe and Asia, like Japan, about the war before attacking Iran? So we are very confused about Japanese citizens.
Well, one thing, you don't want to signal too much. You know, when we go in, we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay? Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay? Right? You know, he's asking me, do you believe in surprise? I think much more so than us. And we had to surprise him, and we did. And because of that surprise, we knocked out, the first 2 days, we probably knocked out 50% of what we, and much more than we anticipated doing. So if I go and tell everybody about it, there's no longer a surprise, right?
Okay, my colleague Rishabh is live with us. Rishabh, as I was saying earlier, Trump being classic Trump, invoking Pearl Harbor in front of the Japanese Prime Minister.
Well, Meenakshi, you don't go that lane, the one that has been uncomfortable for years, or for that matter, decades. No one who were party to World War II wants to invoke the memories of World War II. Germany does not do that because of the obvious reasons. France does not do that for the obvious reasons. US and Japan have been allies since the end of World War II, but never in history we have seen a public mention of Pearl Harbor, or for that matter, nuclear attack on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Yesterday, what happened at White House in presence of Japanese Prime Minister was awkward for the Japanese delegation, and it was quite visible in the visuals that we have seen. One does not talk about Japan-US war during World War II because it started with Pearl Harbor, that was devastating for the United States, but it ended with Hiroshima and Nagasaki that the world still criticizes. The gaffe that Donald Trump has done is something that will need many years to rectify, and that is something that has happened. Many experts suggest that Donald Trump shouldn't have invoked World War II at this juncture. While US is trying for allies to come together, support them in Strait of Hormuz or against Iran, such statements will further isolate US is something that what we are given to understand.
All right, Rishabh, thank you for joining us with all these updates. We'll be slipping into a short commercial break. Our non-stop coverage of the Gulf War will continue. As of now, slipping into a short commercial break, viewers.